Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just put up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's all right. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, because it look like you need it.
One drink? I can do one drink. I can do one drink, because I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. Welcome. One of the things we're brought to you by is Go Green. This is garbage company doing great things. One of the things I can tell you guys is I've been over there, been doing big things to try to change what they were doing. They're doing some old traditional stuff, and I got to bring some new technology.
Okay.
I'm trying to find ways to get to everybody fast and promptly. You know, one thing I got to admit, we had a bad storm coming.
Yes.
And I ran a dead end. You know why? My people ain't going to be out there. Now, there's some other places that have a lot of disaster that goes on. Please understand, I'm prepared for the worst. And then that's how I get blessed. Now, the weather here, weather's bad. It looks really terrible in other places. And at least I can say my people wasn't on the street. I can't say that for the big company because they can't lose money. I can't lose a life. That's the difference between Go Green and the rest. Because I think about you and I get it done. And I even get it done the day early. That's what I do at Go Green.
All right.
All right, now I got to get back to y'all. Been rocking now for 8 years. This man came in here this time with a smile, might be because of Misty, but again, Craig, how you doing tonight, big baby?
I'm doing good, Smooth J.
I see you over there smiling, baby.
Everything's lovely, man. Everything's lovely. Just getting the grind on and seeing God's blessing in my life.
I see.
You know, moving in the right direction, feeling good, and having a few joys. You know what I
I like
mean?
that, I like it.
So everything's great, man. I got no issues. You know what I mean? I got rid of my problems 15 years ago. I don't play problems in my life, you know.
Shots fired.
As soon as they come up, we tend to them, resolve them.
When I put my machine down, I needed that machine gun fire.
Yeah. So how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I tell you what, I'm gonna find out from Missy first. I got a guest right now. I want to hear a lot from her. A woman's point of view. So you can introduce yourself, Misty. Tell everybody about yourself.
I'm Misty.
Mhm.
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Let me pull the mic closer.
Tell me a little.
Yeah, go ahead. Wherever it is, wherever
We
you
want to hear you now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
So yeah, Misty.
Mhm.
I'm from Dallas. What you want to do?
Listen,
We can see there's a lot of things they want to know, you know, but
Listen.
again, we ain't checked that.
we'll be able to develop a full-blown assessment by the end of this show.
Hold on tight,
So
girl.
hanging there with us, right? As Jay mentioned, one of the challenges that we have had in this show is that it's just Jay and I.
Yes.
And we haven't had a woman's perspective. We haven't had
Oh, wow.
that feminine realism to come across the screen. And so we're excited to have you tonight. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And chime in wherever you may. Get in where you fit in.
Yes. It's not a fight. It's a welcome.
There you go.
Gotcha.
And I think a great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Crab Matic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the
Of
building.
course, we have Miss Misty in the house.
Yes.
And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. Just our opportunity to be leaders here in our own community.
Mhm.
And what we try to do is bring you a fabulous conversation.
Yes.
And in the midst of that conversation, everyone grows.
That's right.
Everyone gets to see a different perspective. Everyone gets to make a new decision. Everyone gets to put another chink in their armor.
Mhm.
And that's what this is about. We like to think of it somewhat as therapeutic. Jay's original vision with Bar Talk is that by the time you in the midst of your first drink, you open up and you start talking and you start letting go. And that's really what he wanted to do, was give a place for people to let go of the things that trouble them. But what's important about what we do is we're looking for what's really happening underneath the surface of things. We don't want to talk about pie in the sky
Nope.
and regular. We want to know what's driving the issues that we're having or the things that we're seeking in life. So we're so glad that you're here with us tonight. Our topic for tonight is, what do you really desire in a relationship?
Ooh, shots fired again. Okay.
What do you really desire in a relationship? And I got a little twist for us on top of this, right?
I got a twist
So
too.
here we go. What do you really desire in a relationship? The real question is, could you or would you date yourself?
Really?
Some people don't think that would be a good mate, right? Right?
You might want to get that prayer going.
Would you
Everybody going.
Would you date yourself? Would you date a person just like you?
Okay.
Is that a good thing to date someone just like you?
Nope.
Right? Would that relationship last? Right? You dated somebody just
Like
like
been lasting for 54, 55 years with myself.
I know, but it ain't all went well.
You ain't have to just blow me out.
No.
That's crazy. Be like, that's why you saying that. Just be like, yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
See, I mean, on this show we face our demons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that one just flew right above me.
So we always start the show off with a prayer.
Yeah, I need
And let's hand this over to the Lord.
Oh, my goodness.
Heavenly Father, we just come into your presence just to thank you for all that you are in our life. You
Yes,
are
Lord.
our strength, our waymaker. You are our everything. And we never forget your graces and mercies and the love that you bestowed upon us in this life. We're asking tonight, Heavenly Father, that you would strengthen our wisdom and intelligence in how to desire rightly in a relationship. Is our desires on point? Is that why we have not gotten to our greatest relationship, our greatest love in life? Is it there's something that we don't understand, that we don't know, something that we're missing, Lord? Fill the gaps in this conversation for us, Lord, and give us all the inspiration of a greater love. We're seeking love here, Father. And sometimes our desires don't align with what is true love. And so we're asking that you would just strengthen us in your wisdom and grace and mercy and understanding and intelligence tonight. Be here with us, guide us in this show, do all that you do. We'll let your will be done. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Woo.
Amen.
All right.
And see, well, I'm in the middle of that prayer,
What was feeling?
I got this burning desire for love. Right?
Yeah.
After all the clouds cleared and I'm praying, and sometimes I get lost in the prayer, that I was just like, man, wouldn't it be so nice? Like, Lord, I've been seeking love. I've been trying. I've been dating. I've been trying to do things for women and bring them into my life. And what am I missing? I'm asking the Lord, what's going on here? Here I am going into my latter years of life. Been seeking love all of these years. The common denominator in all of my experiences is me.
Yeah.
And so there's got to be something maybe it's something more sacred than I've given credit to. Maybe it's I'm expecting something that's not real.
Right.
Maybe I have a misguided perception of what love really
I
is.
like that.
Right? Maybe am I asking for too much to just
So.
to ask for just. I just want somebody to be a teammate. We might not even be in love, but we're going to be teammates. We're going to be equally yoked in our giving and our helping of each other, and we just going to love and serve one another. Is that too much to ask for?
Has it worked out so far?
Is that a misguided?
Has it worked out so far?
Hell no.
All right. Ain't asked you too damn much. You put asking for God. God ain't asked you for that. God gave you everything you need, man. One thing He gave you, He blessed you to realize you ain't kept. You always went to Him. His whole thing is just to realize all what you've been through. Remember, blessings is lessons. And a lot of times when it comes to relationships, we give up quickly. You'll bring that to my attention. You want to throw away because of options. You might want to stop looking at the options and understand what's in front of you. A lot of times you understand that He gave you unconditional love and you're conditioning everything to what you know. That is not what He's teaching you, but that's not what you're showing. You're showing what the world is putting on you. Judgment, I don't care for this, but He shows you unconditionally. when you turned on him and thought you could do it yourself, he never gave up on you. He gave you grace and mercy, but you don't give it to no one else.
But I don't want to give unconditional love to the wrong damn person.
I'm not telling
You
you,
know
to
what I'm
give
saying?
it
Like,
to the wrong, but you cannot not give it either.
There's
You
gotta be
can't
something
sit
that
there and say
happens
what you
before.
ain't gonna do, because then you will never change your mindset.
But listen, there's got to be something that happens before I start pouring out all this unconditional love.
Well, I
don't
The Lord did it for
feel
you.
like she's right for me. Don't we need to be vibing?
The Lord
Don't
said you was
he
right
said-
for him.
Huh?
He understood you, gravitated to you, and held you and stayed with you. And then you question everybody else. How you gonna question everybody else when he never questioned you? Are you following his word or you following your own? That's all I'm asking. Because when we say, why should I pour myself out to somebody? Why should he keep on giving you the love that he give you? Don't question him. Don't question everybody
I
else.
don't think we can equate God's love and my love with one.
Well, we need to. We fail it.
Now, I think that's a little too extreme.
We fail it.
But here's the thing, and I hear what you are suggesting is that we have very little patience with one another.
I do.
And so,
That's where it came from.
what we want it to just be kind of easy, and we want us to always be able to see eye to eye and to always get along. But somehow that shit just ain't real. It hasn't happened. It doesn't. You, all of us know, especially anybody beyond the mid-20s, we all know that the intensity and the anxiety and the challengingness of having a person that you like in your life. It could be a couple of days or a couple of weeks, a couple of months. And then there comes that thing that gets on your last nerves. And then there comes that thing that really could challenge the relationship on all levels. And so now we don't want to have the attitude that we're throwing people away. But at the same time, we also realize that, hey, that shit didn't work last time I seen it. So why am I gonna go down that road again? You know what I mean? So I might not. So what I may do, and this is what I have really began doing in the last 10 years of my life.
Go ahead, throw that nugget out.
When I see that thing that becomes troublesome,
Right.
I assess it.
Mhm.
I said, is this something that maybe I can live with? Is this something that I might need to, make an effort to try and fix? Because it ain't working for them either,
Right.
right?
No.
Or do I have time for that? And if I don't, then let me sweep the gravy off the top. Let me just enjoy what they bring to the table.
Okay.
And many a times it's not sex. Many a times it's not intimacy. Oftentimes it's a friendship. Oftentimes it's something that, they can bring some advice. Oftentimes they can, they're still fun-loving people. Oftentimes it's somebody who I can still chop it up with on the phone, who I can still text with, who I can, she can tell me about her kids and her friends. We become friends, right?
Right.
And so I realized that as fine as she is, she beautiful is, as much as I wanted, as much as good as it was, that I'm gonna have to keep her in the friend zone. Right? I can't be sharing no heartfelt dynamics with a person that I know is gonna be a relationship killer down the road. That's impossible. If I know you too tied to your baby daddy, we just gonna have to be friends. If I know that you ain't willing to get your ass up and go to work every day, and that's why you're suffering financially, I can't win into my situation, right? It's not that I don't want to be,
Right.
but I ain't got time for that, and that might be a little too much weight for me to carry. Because ultimately, I'm the man in the relationship, and I'm gonna have to carry it all the way, regardless of what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
We do have strong women in the world, and women are bringing it like Superman fire nowadays. But if you're in my household, I'm gonna make sure everything is on point, and that's gonna be the final glory of the relationship, right? Because my job is to take care of her and the rest of the things that go on. So I don't have to worry about what she brings to the table.
Right.
I just have to worry about is she a good person. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about is she good people, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay. Let you chime in, man. I don't know, Miss Misty. What you got to say on the subject? What do you really want, desire in relationships?
I'm gonna give her a lot to talk about. Yeah. You named great things. And one of the things I got to say is I listened to it and I was like, man, I wish I'd incorporated some of that in my younger days.
Me too, Jay.
Because I did. Okay. Because if you find and you came in my room, it was just a couple of rooms, and being my friend wasn't one of them. Because my friend don't make it in my room.
Yeah.
But so
it
again,
takes a lot of seasoning.
It do, and that's what I like. And then what I also like what you were saying, why would I give this unconditional? Because you gotta learn boundaries, and you gotta set them early. And again, that comes from relationships and things that you dealt with. That's why I said lessons. You gotta understand lessons from lessons. So when you date, you learn more about you and her. And then what I notice when people break up, they tend to forget about a lot of things because it's a blame game. Okay, so a lot of times when I walk away, I take time to realize all the things that I'm responsible for. Okay, because it hurts to end things. You know, when it ends, a lot of times people are trying to hold a place for a person. My whole thing is I'm not holding, I'm trying to heal. And in my healing, I'm finding boundaries because there's some things that happened that I felt was very disrespectful, things that kept me from being my best me.
Yeah.
And then there's things I did that I know I needed to do better.
But listen, I like that. In my healing, though, I still got a place for Mrs. Right.
Right.
Like there's a throne just waiting on her. You know what I'm saying, to take her space. And,
but I know the boundaries keep me to get back there.
Yeah, and
That's
you
what
know, some of those boundaries, sometimes they're self-imposed, and sometimes they're you just won't do the right thing.
You won't, but you will never do the right thing if you don't see the thing.
You know that could be Mrs. Right, but you still keep doing this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You rather, she waiting. She on the sideline. She chilling. She doing she her world. You know what I'm saying? She a getter. She sweetheart.
And sometimes you gotta give it time, bro. Sometimes you just not ready.
When you said lessons is lessons,
Correct.
I had to reflect on my whole life.
Mhm.
And if the name of the game in the end of life is that you're supposed to get lots of lessons, I'm on point. I got lots of lessons, right? And so yeah, blessings is lessons if that's what's supposed to be the end. But I'm looking for some of that. I'm gonna just go out of my mind here for a second. I'm looking for some of that supernatural love and gravy. You know what I'm saying? That happens in life with a woman. That where you really, really find a person who genuinely cares for you.
We going to this thing,
right? I mean, we're talking about. Listen, we're talking about what you really desire in a relationship. Isn't that what you desire? I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want a genuine, loving relationship where you don't have to always be worried about if they're on some bullshit, if they're gonna sideswipe you, or if they're bringing some nonsense to the table? You just want genuine love.
I agree, and that's why I'm
not finding that in there.
That's why I'm gonna let Missy answer because nor have I. Okay, so since I'm not the expert in finding, I'm gonna bring somebody that I hope they can bring some light to this place.
Yeah, turn her up a little bit too.
Me personally, speaking of me, I can only speak for self.
Yeah,
all right.
I personally, or I think a lot of people genuinely want someone genuine, right? We want that. But I think because like y'all were saying, like past traumas, things that I've been through or things people go through, it kind of affects or get in the way of, like kind of getting to know people. People are quick to kind of let go. It's not easy. Nothing is really easy. Life ain't easy. Nothing's gonna come easy, right? So if you want it, we all want love. I think.
Being a man, that's kind of things that I would look for. And the things that women say, oh yeah, I would love a man who take care of the yard. I would love a man who take the garbage out before you tell him.
I would love to know
what I'm saying?
You got to say on this, but
I want a man who tell me before he spend the money. I want a man who don't mind me wearing a little short skirt. Ain't all jealous and all, insecure because I wear a short skirt. I wear short skirts and wear my boobs out. Like, why you gotta be tripping all the time? Right? You have been the trip, right?
I mean, yeah, you got people in general that's gonna strip.
Yeah.
Me personally, or as like what I desire, it's simple. It can all be so simple.
Okay.
Respect. That's it. I mean, I'm not materialistic. I'm not one of them. So I don't care about what you got. And you mentioned something about some cake baking.
Yeah.
Skills.
Yeah.
With men want to bring cake, right, to the table. Well, they be saying to the table.
And listen, I love that. Even though we men will probably see that as, oh, you're maybe at the place where you're just you're able to settle in a little bit, but yeah, at least he brings something to the table. But cake making, just like love, ain't gonna be enough. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not saying that it wouldn't have been enough, but that's a start.
That's a start.
And it kind of goes back to like what we were saying earlier about like letting go fast and stuff like that. how do you know this man? He or she, however, can bring more to the table. I mean, that's a part of building too. You know, you gotta build that, and you gotta start with, I guess, the first few ingredients.
Absolutely. One of the things you said, one of the first words you said in that last dialogue is, "I'm not materialistic."
Mhm.
From a woman's perspective,
Mhm.
out of 10 women, how many of them are materialistic?
Probably not.
Now,
I mean,
That's
That
what we
says a
needed
lot.
to hear.
but I'm not just gonna say women though. Men I think in general, I think people are materialistic, and that's why we don't find what we're genuinely looking for.
Because we're looking for materialism rather than a heart.
For the most part, I feel like that's what I see. I'm not looking into what people do nowadays, because I mean, I look the way I look, but I'm a little bit old school, so it's like I don't really, I'm tuned out of what be really going on, because my morals are a little bit different. It's probably a little bit more old school than
Yeah.
now.
Tell us about that. Because
What's that?
many folk in the audience don't even understand the old school. How would you define when you say your morals and values are old school?
I don't know. I actually just know that back then people used to stay together, you know, for a long time.
They used to stay
They
together.
used to stay together. And
Even
they
in
didn't know
misery.
their business either. I didn't know the.
You didn't put the business out
They
there.
didn't put their business out.
Yes.
there.
Hello.
So
How are you?
let me chime in.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with you. Y'all are hitting me. I love it. But I gotta answer for it. Because if I don't, I would be me. You asked the question, can I date me? Hell no. I couldn't do that.
That's good, Jay.
I could.
That's good. Jay said he could not date himself.
My ego wouldn't allow me to. I got a big ego.
Okay.
I'm driven. And I already know these are the things that we'll clash. So I'm not quick to want to date what I am. I
Right.
want somebody that can see who I am and really enhance a vision of mine for we can seek of a journey.
Yeah.
Because I really feel like that's going to be huge in my future compared to my past. My past is I had to find myself. So I had to date, and I actually gave in to someone else if I could find me. Because I almost lost me trying to satisfy someone else. And a lot of people won't admit it because you two was up in it. Okay, it was so good that you didn't mind driving miles and miles and doing things for that person because, man, it was just so good. Now, when it didn't work, it was like, I can't believe I wasted my time and I did all this and that because of her. So,
And I'm gonna tell you something, Jay. You hit on something
help
so
tell
good
me.
right there. Because I think many people are dealing with this, right? This is a reality in the world that it's so good to meet that person who you vibe with.
Yeah.
And especially when you start having sex and the love making, and what it does is it gives you these fantasy, fairy tale moments
my goodness.
of bricks, and
She made me feel like Superman.
it's not brick at all.
I thought I could fly.
Right. And then 6 months later, 2 years later, you wake up like, damn, that was nothing.
Man, I ain't had no cake.
Like it was zero. You know what I'm saying?
No cake.
I'm not even sure if I learned any lessons from that shit.
I learned hell of a lesson. I wasn't Superman.
So
I wasn't even Clark Kent.
you know,
I was thinking.
it's sometimes easy to get caught up in these fairy tale moments of love, right? When what we really desire is something real. We desire something that's real, something that's
Right.
true, something that's pure, something that's gonna last, something that's worthwhile.
Right.
But yet we get caught up in these fallacies of sex. Right? And I remember many occasions over my life, and I'm just being honest as a man here, that I remember many occasions where I'm going home, or I should have been home, and I got the phone call. I went over to the girl's house.
Mhm.
We made passionate love for 2 hours, and on my way home, and I'm
Oh,
saying,
2 hours?
what the hell?
You brag. You put it in.
No, that's the on point now. I'm saying to myself, what the hell did I do that for? Like she wasn't a waste. It was good, but I could have done better. Like I should have spent my time, boy. You know what I'm saying? I should have just chilled. You know, now maybe I gave her the wrong expectations, or maybe now she's gonna be a little too clingy, or maybe now, you know what I'm saying? You're damn right.
Yeah.
That's what we
You
do.
gonna wonder why she's sprung 2 hours?
Yeah. I know it don't be 2 hours of sex, it just be 2 hours together, you know.
Shit, you still spend 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, but hours gonna be at least. At least an hour of good loving, you know what I'm saying? Ain't all sex, just some heavy touching.
Yeah, you know everything.
Heavy touching is what it's all about.
So
So
a fight later.
what we're talking about here today, folks, is what do you really desire in a relationship?
Yes.
And it comes down to your personal preference, but I think we all have to get these fundamental boxes checked, right? And these fundamental boxes, maybe, I need an old school person. I need somebody who's on my vibe, on my level.
Mhm.
I need somebody with drive. I need somebody who's not selfish. We all have, with every person that you meet, and here's the challenge in having relationships at all.
What's that?
With every person you meet who you are entertaining in a relationship, there's always going to be 2 or 3 boxes unchecked.
82.
And so now you just have to determine how you're going to deal with these unchecked boxes,
Mhm.
and if you can deal with these unchecked boxes.
Mhm.
And I guess my plea to everyone, my challenge to everyone, is that once you realize you can live with the unchecked boxes,
Mhm.
dive in full force.
I like that.
Like dive in wholeheartedly, because hopefully you have a good person. Hopefully you are now being able to express love and receive love in something that's edifying, that God might be proud of, something that's moving in the right direction, something that's nurturing you, somebody who's a partner, who's a friend, who can listen, who can protect and serve and take care, and you can nurture, etc. Like I think that is the greatest thing in the history of mankind. That's like the greatest thing under the sun, when you find that match. There's nothing more satisfying in a worldly way than that.
You know that song that you mentioned, what I said to you earlier. Unconditional love. Now you found a reason. You answered your own question. You started this early in the show, and I was waiting because I knew you was going to find it. You want to know how to get to it? Just by what you said. Then you can find unconditional love, or quit judging and letting go of the rest, and understand that unconditional means quit putting conditions on somebody when you know they're a good person. The 80-20 rule, you add another factor that you already know you don't need to add. Keep going with what's already going to work. You think things supposed to be perfect, and you ain't perfect. God made you imperfect for you to need Him. So you got to understand that to realize what you have with you. It doesn't just make you perfect, it make you right. Absolutely. It make y'all right for y'all journey.
And let's just change the narrative and use the same fundamental laws, right?
Okay.
We've all gone on jobs where we realized we couldn't stand that boss.
Okay.
Right? Or we couldn't stand that coworker, or maybe we didn't like the work environment, whatever. But it was a good job. And so now, once I realized that, you know what, I ain't gonna let this person run me out of this good job. I ain't gonna let this person, get on my nerves. I ain't gonna be coming to work for an entire year, and 75% of my time is gonna be anxiety and stress, and I adapt. And once I adapted, I found the good. Once I adapted, I found how to make the money. I found how to open a relationship. And maybe that person wasn't so bad after all once I gave him the chance.
I'm petty as hell. I got his job, and when I got his job and he worked for me, I fired him. And then when I got done with that corporation and I started my own, I hired and fired him again. I'm petty.
It sounds like you're holding some trauma.
Don't let this go into your life. Just know I held it in mind.
Yeah.
Now,
I get it.
I don't have no animosity to that person, but there's some things that you go through. My whole thing is, when he was messing with me, I don't like to be messed with. And my whole thing is, watch who you mess with in life, because he didn't know the power I possess. But he talked enough mess, and I found out that I don't like it. So instead of fighting the person, that's what we tend to want to do. I fought to know more, so I can get a better position higher than him, just to let him see that black on black, we ain't got to fight, but I got the power to possess you out. Yeah. Because again, you playing with people because you don't know no better. Because see, I found out most people are scared to do their damn job. Right. I ain't scared to do nothing. I've been scared when I was little as a boy, and that's what kept me back as a child. As a man, I'm long gone past that. If I'm going to be able to do it, I'm going to do it, or I'm not. But one thing you're not going to do is play with me with your fears. Right. Because that's why people fall behind false prophets. they show you a fear of what you need to follow compared to understanding the strength and why you need to get past. So I got past him and I got rid of his ass.
Yeah.
Then I had to go on to another position where he just happened to apply, and I'm a fair person. I thought he might have changed. Time went on.
You gave him another shot?
Yes. You know why?
Why?
At that time, we had the conditions of that corporation, that job. He didn't fit it. I moved that behind out. But working for me, I'm more lead. I was a VP. I'm the boss. So I'm feeling he gonna come with something better. He came with some of the same. He never wanted to change.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forced it behind out. I don't care about that. What I care about is I knew where I was going. He wasn't gonna help me. And that's what life's about.
Well,
You build a team.
Yeah. And you know, I wonder how many relationships are lingering in one of the people in the relationship is really already gone, but they're still there.
You talking about
So,
another time.
but listen, I'm talking about what do you really desire in a relationship? If you don't want me, go home, right? Don't spend my money because I'm gonna be taking you to dinners and buying you shit. You don't use me up, please. If I'm not the one, if you don't like me, if this isn't the spot, if you're not feeling this, break my heart and haul ass, right?
Right.
And let's, you know what I'm saying, save me the troubles of having
Damn.
to do all kind of nonsense for you and it'd be
You're a
meaningless.
good dude. You're paying bills. You're comforting her.
And
You're
listen,
giving her the 80, but she's still stuck with Pookie and Ray Ray. Everybody know Pookie and Ray Ray from around the block.
What's
That's
it?
been doing what they've been doing. Now I'm just telling you.
we had this conversation
20.
several times, right? I think with a woman, see, a woman can fall in love with you for taking care of her, right? And you might not be a handsome man, and you might not be, but you know how to take care of a woman, and she'll fall in love with you. And you know what I'm saying, and be by your bedside during your struggling days because you took care of her. That means a lot to her.
Well, this is the thing, bro. Most men chase women.
Most men chase women.
But why would you chase something that's running away from you? So most relationships end up they may end up liking you for something
You did, right?
Yeah, but they don't really like you.
They don't really like you. And listen, I heard a rapper just recently. I was listening to radio, and this rapper said, "I'm so rich, I don't know if she like me. I don't really know if she like me." he was like, "I'm so rich, I don't know."
You
She
gotta
really like me for who I am.
Right.
You gotta like who like you, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You can't,
But when you're rich, you got to dig a little deeper to figure out if they really like you. And I don't know if test the waters, or you just keep watching things and how things are moving.
Keep watching things.
Yeah.
You gotta be a good judge of character. You gotta be a good judge.
You gotta be a good judge of character. But money sure make that hard sometimes. You know what I mean? Because if somebody's taking good care of you, you're gonna fill in the gap. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do a little personality. You
But
put
at
the
the
mask
same
on.
time-
You put a smile when you.
but at the same time-
all right, baby. What time you go to work?
At the same
Okay.
time, you don't lead with that. You don't. At the same time, you don't lead with that. You don't come in.
You don't lead with that. Right?
Yeah, you don't come in
Right.
leading with your money. Or
Right.
else
I
you
don't
don't get
care
taken
about-
advantage of.
Right.
You don't
How
get taken.
much money you got? If you ain't showing me no respect, I promise you, I'm walking the hell out.
Yeah.
You come in my house any old time, you showing me disrespect, and you're not even understanding any of my boundaries. I promise you, ain't amount of money. You're gonna make me lose me. I'm gonna lose my mind and my foot in your behind.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real simple to me, and my whole thing gonna bring out the worst in me.
Yeah.
Because you feel like money controls, and because I paid for this and I did that,
Yeah.
you gonna do this. Wait a minute, cause see, that's where I have my biggest problem. That's why I can't date me. My ego and my attitude gonna have a problem.
Let the lady speak, please. You want to say something, ma'am?
Yes, I am Cheryl T.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, I just want to say that one thing that you said about a woman, the woman just hang on in there and be with you. Well, sometimes you got to know a woman is gone before she ever leaves.
Before she ever leaves,
Say it.
she's
And
gone.
if she is gone in her mind, she might smile, she might cook,
Yeah.
but she's planning.
Yes.
And if she's cheating, that's one thing. But a lot of times, the woman is gone.
Yeah.
And it don't matter what you have.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, along with the money, comes a certain attitude or some certain standards that she's not willing to put up with.
Absolutely.
Look
Absolutely.
at me.
Absolutely. But I've never been a person or a man to impose stuff on people. People in general. much less my woman. You know what I mean? You know, I seen my girlfriend get out the car one day. She was walking in the place to go get something, come right back out. And as she putting the key in the knob, I seen the flaps of her ass hanging from under the dress. So I was like, okay, I got to say something about that. That becomes a standard. You can't have your ass cheated around. And listen, I call hell for that. Why? Right? Because that's how she likes to dress. She likes to wear dresses, right?
Oh, she want that booty.
She wanted it out. It was out.
She looked for TV.
You know? And maybe in her world and her household, you know, that was just the way they did things. But I'm like, you know, you got a man and I can't have him looking at my ass. Well, see, you need to check that. And he gave me a hard time.
Let me tell you right now how I feel about that. What I feel about that is when a woman go out that exposed, it puts you in a fight mode. Now you got to prove your love. You got to go fight for something I should have never had to fight for.
Yeah.
Why would you dress to provoke somebody to go look or even feel like they're going to disrespect you in a way that I have to?
Who's really, really sexy in her spirit.
Don't have
do
to
that.
show all the time.
Do that kind of stuff and really don't have the intention to do that. They don't have the intention to be flagrant. They're just so sexy. And everybody looks at it. Every man, every woman. You all have seen these people in the mall. Every man and every woman that passes by that woman, like, I feel sexy. And it's just all over her. It's her fragrance, the way her hair, her makeup, how the clothes fit her body, how much it shakes and wiggles in here, and how much cleavage and all kinds. And some of I think women are almost numb to some degree as to the effect that they have on the world around them. Like, we talked a little bit about this, and I don't want to go off the deep surface, but you know, what does a man do when the camel toe comes around? I'm just looking at it, and it's just sitting right there. Like, am I supposed to act like it doesn't work? Is it not there? Right? Like, this is real.
I got
Camel toes
20/20. Don't let these sunglasses fool you. I'm on it.
Every Target, at every mall, on every sidewalk. They seem to be at every water fountain. Hey, we got to figure out how to deal with this. Because listen, that is an extreme display of sexuality, and men haven't understood how to deal with it.
I don't know.
They go crazy. And listen, we can see it from a half mile away. Right? And women don't know. Women aren't expecting that. They aren't even thinking. They don't realize that when a group of men walk by, every single man's eye is on the crack of their behinds. They don't see that. They're not even thinking like that. They're just thinking they're in a fine outfit, but they are being gawked at. You know what I'm saying?
Someone that strive on that type of attention, though.
Yes.
And see, that becomes
like that.
That's why it becomes.
They know they have that type of body, and that's how they dress. That's why they dress.
And
yes, that is.
Not if you have a man.
Well,
not if you're with your man.
I would say
not if you have a man.
Right.
And not if you're with your man.
But they do that.
That's right.
And a lot of times they might be not with him, but they're looking for that attention. Now, if we start dating, and I make that clear on the upfront, how I met you, but again, I was a little bit uncomfortable with some of the stuff that was going on. So again, now we're setting boundaries now.
So you put your foot down.
Well, I have to do it on the upfront because I'm gonna tell you, a woman always say, "You know how to be met with." And if you don't clearly have an understanding about where we're going, then you did fall victim to what you accepted, and now they're really looking at you to keep on accepting. My whole thing, that's why I can't date me. I have a problem with certain things, so I have to address it.
Yeah.
If I don't, then I'm never gonna be a victim to no one.
Well, I think
will she change though?
That's just it. That's up to her.
Well, you know, here's the thing. If she goes out in a provocative outfit, and she becomes my lady, we start dating and kicking it. Doesn't she realize that provocative outfit doesn't work at the family picnic?
Nope.
If she doesn't realize that, then if immediately if she doesn't realize that, immediately we got a problem, right? It's not going to work.
And most of the time, I like with good women, they normally say, "Babe, how does it?" You know, I like it when a woman really care enough for her man that she's gonna come to you and be like, "Shall I wear this?"
Yeah.
You know, it don't make her insecure or anything. It makes her want to look sexy for you, but your approval. Now, a lot of men like, yeah, that's what y'all stepping on it, man. Because you ain't no real man until you realize what she's giving you. She's giving you respect. With that respect, you gotta honor. Just like you have to dress accordingly. You know, a lot of times we want to rock tight boxers or something that's exposing our extra. You know, we have to be respectful to know that a woman look at us be like, "Oh, you showing way too much to do it," and we have to realize we're asking of the same. And again, we have to know what we did when we were single compared to when we were a couple should change.
Should change.
Both should grow.
Yeah, we should become single people to a couple. And when we become a couple, now we put the cloth on and, you know what I'm saying, we do
We're
it
trying
like
to
that,
work
right?
to one.
Listen, but what we have discussed today is what do you really desire in a relationship?
Yes.
And I'm hoping that you have all caught a glimpse of what's possible. You've caught a glimpse of some of the nonsense that you need to evade.
I see.
And I think the greatest words that I can come up with from this show, in summary, is that if you can deal with the 3 or 4 unchecked boxes, dive in and commit and make something good out of it.
Yes.
Keep it for 10, 20, 30 years.
Show that
Because I
unconditional
promise you,
love.
there's nothing out here in the single person's world. It's, you know, it's so hard to meet. There might be a bunch of good people, but we have a problem meeting each other.
Yep.
And so dig in to where you are, right?
Yes.
This has been Bar Talk with Jake.
Yes.
My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jake. And we have Misty as our guest in the house. Why don't you tell them how to find you, Misty?
Y'all can find me on IG, Misty_BA3.
There it is.
All
There
right.
it is. And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. Again, just our opportunity to be leaders here in our own community. And we're here every Thursday from 7 to 8 Facebook Live. We are now here 8 consecutive years,
Yes.
every week, inside and out.
Thank
So
you, Lord.
not only like, share, subscribe, but go back and look at some of the great shows that we've done. We talked about everything that's meaningful to life. And never forget, folks, that we do this because we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.